Ciao, bentornati in Slay the Princess. Nell'ultima puntata siamo andati avanti a scoprire i nuovi ricettacoli e siamo rimasti qui, alle porte dell'ultima fase che non abbiamo mai visto di questo mondo. Il ricettacolo che abbiamo sbloccato, se non erro, è The Cage, che dovrebbe essere questo qui. Eccolo qua, un circolo vizioso incatenato. Eh sì, eccolo qui. Quindi bando alle ciance, vi mando la sigla e si comincia. Allora, catene ovunque, qui è tutto diverso, nuovo.
It's worse is what it is.
We're finally starting to see reality for what it is. This place is a prison.
Sì, va bene. Questa è una delle possibilità.
You're acting like reality is this static thing. But this world is constantly
Esattamente quello che
changing
dicevo.
around us. How can you be so sure that you aren't breathing the prison into existence? That by feeling the walls closing in on you, that's exactly what they do.
Ciao.
What a crock of pretentious bullshit. Reality is as solid as the ground beneath our feet. And if we just examine it, if we apply enough scientific rigor, if we think hard enough, we'll find a way out of here for good. Don't you see?
Mi piace questo scettico.
Making progress.
Mi piace molto. Mi sento molto affine.
And what if looking at it is enough to make it change? Where does that leave us?
It leaves you exactly where you are right now, and presumably exactly where you've been before.
Ok.
I'll spare you my full introduction, since you've clearly already heard it at least once, but I would like to remind you that the people in my world are living, breathing, suffering entities, and not pawns for you to sacrifice in pursuit of some vague truth.
Va bene, abbiamo capito. Vogliamo parlare del fatto che abbiamo ancora la lama? Non avevamo mai iniziato con la lama prima d'ora, vero?
I
È
hadn't
vero.
actually noticed.
Ora l'ho notata. C'è la lama nel puntatore.
Natural,
È
isn't it?
vero.
Of course it feels natural. We've had it with us every time. We've made it part of us. Don't be weird. It's just a tool, not some mystical object. Though starting with it feels like an indication that we're on the right track.
This is strange. You're not supposed to start with the blade. It says right here that you're supposed to find it at the cabin. Oh well, I suppose that doesn't make much sense anyway. It's better if you start with a weapon, so this is probably for the best.
Sei sicuro che ci sia davvero bisogno di ammazzarla? La volta scorsa si è tagliata la testa da sola.
She... what? Why would she ever do that? She's not supposed to be suicidal. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. More importantly, if she did cut her own head off, why are you here? You shouldn't have died. You should be enjoying your reward.
We killed ourselves.
Yeah.
Obviously. You were insisting that we were happy, but we knew we weren't.
No,
We could see
proprio no.
right through you.
Avevamo capito i tuoi inganni, bello.
Yeah, what he said. We weren't about to be stuck somewhere being fed non-stop bullshit forever. We want answers. We weren't gonna find them in your fake little paradise.
There are no answers to find. If she was dead, then that was it. That was the solution. All you managed to do was reset the board. And you put the pieces back all wrong while you were at it. This is probably worse for you, if I had to guess.
Ha! So there is a board.
Well, what's done is done and you're here now. There's no use arguing. Just get to the cabin and settle this.
Va bene.
Try not to kill yourself this time.
Allora, stavolta non mi porto la lama con me, ma devo fare qualcosa di preciso? No, perché noi abbiamo già sbloccato questa, quindi sono libero, no? Sono libero. Oppure potrei approfittarne. Vediamo se c'è un'altra... No, non c'è, ovviamente. Stavolta non mi porto la lama. Non resta che affrontare ciò che ci aspetta. Andiamo da lei. Sì, certo che mi porto la lama. Voltati e allontanati. Sì, andiamo.
You stand at the edge of a cliff. An abyss yawns beneath you, empty and endless.
Bello.
The only path forward, a rusted metal bridge. The cabin looms on its far side. I think you already know what waits for you within.
Già.
It's like the world itself doesn't want us to reach her.
There's nothing to find out here. Time to check in with the missus.
I'm going to pretend you didn't just call her that.
Vai, entra.
Every surface of the cabin is draped in chains, the air filled with the mock birdsong of metallic clinks. Where there should be walls, you can see only endless ropes of metal, with hooks and spines dangling from their ends. A fitting cage for a monster destined to end the world. There's nothing for you to do but step forward into the basement. You already have your weapon. Your objective awaits.
And how are we supposed to get to the basement? I don't see a way down. All I see is a mirror.
Questo
What mirror?
specchio.
There is no mirror. The only thing of note here is the door to the basement.
It clearly serves some purpose, but what? Is there something about us we're supposed to see? Can it be a tool of some kind?
Vabbè, tanto ormai lo sappiamo. Quindi.
Or is it a distraction? Something meant to confuse us?
Can we please stop talking about the mirror? I'd rather not spend more time in this room than I have to. It's creepy.
Devo dire che è abbastanza inquietante.
You step out onto the floor. Or what should have been a floor.
Should have been.
Yes, unfortunately, you realise too late that there is no floor beneath the metal. There is only a loose web of chains suspended over some unseen space. An unseen space that you are now rapidly plummeting through.
Bene.
Nothing's solid here, is it? It's all just a shifting mass waiting for us to drop our guard.
Your fall is suddenly, painfully halted as rusty chains pull taut against your skin, their hooks digging into your muscle.
Aia.
You find yourself suspended in what appears to be a vast, dark space. The glinting of yet more chains merely hinting at its full dimensions. You dangle a few feet off the bare concrete floor.
Quindi c'è un pavimento, meno
If the
male.
princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
Sì, certo, voglio vedere come faccio però.
As your eyes adjust to your new surroundings, you make out a figure standing in the gloom, obscured in shadow. She watches you with the stillness of the grave.
Beh, non ci guarda perché non abbiamo... cioè non ha la testa, giusto?
Easy now. We don't know what sort of situation we're dealing with. We should let her make the first move. Let observation give us an advantage.
Quindi anche tu puoi tornare.
But you are met with only silence, save for the creaks and groans of metal as it sways in the stale air around you. The hooks slowly shift in your skin, the pain coming in waves as you continue to dangle.
Non deve essere
What if
piacevole.
the chains don't have to be real? What if they aren't real? They feel plenty real to me. Yeah, it would be nice if we could just tell ourselves the chains aren't lodged in all our joints and they'd magically go away, but I'm afraid that's wishful thinking.
Yeah.
Well, maybe wishful thinking is what we need. Maybe they're real, but maybe we can cut through them.
Piace il tuo ottimismo.
It's worth a try.
Allora, esplora. Ehi là!
The princess takes a slow step forward. As she does so, the heavy chains shift, tightening and tearing at your flesh, your joints screaming in agony as the rusted hooks dig deeper. Stars dance in your eyes as the chain wrapped around
Quindi
your
ogni
neck
passo che fa...
threatens to choke you.
Oddio, nella gabbia c'è la sua testa? Oddio.
As your
Bellissimo.
vision comes back into focus, your eyes fall on the body of the princess, finally emerged from the
Bellissima.
shadows. The body of the princess is a weird way to describe a person. It's only accurate. The form in front of you is a body, draped in raiments of chains, her head dragging along behind her in an iron cage. The head stares up at you but says nothing, and the chains squeeze ever tighter.
Aia. Perché ce l'hai con me? Ho sempre tentato di aiutarti. Liberami, cosa ti è successo? L'altra volta ti sei decapitata da sola, non puoi avercela con me per questo. Mi piace.
Mad at you? I'm not mad at you. I know you didn't have anything to do with that. Not outside of your designated role, of course.
The body takes another step towards you, the chains around you tightening, the hooks boring deeper into your flesh. They constrict dangerously around your throat. You find it harder to breathe.
I don't think she's happy you're here. But what do I know? I'm just a set of eyes and ears. I don't make choices. At least not any that matter.
Non credo che sia felice che tu sia qui.
I don't want to die like this. I don't want to die like this. Somebody do something before she kills us. Please. We're stuck here. What are any of us supposed to do? Reason with her? I don't think she's acting rationally. I think she's lost it.
Letteralmente, sì.
This was all doomed from the start, wasn't it?
Quindi non dovrei perdere tempo a domandargli. Però è divertente. È divertente sentire come risponde. Non ti ho fatto niente eccetto darti la mia arma 2 volte, vediamo.
And when the time comes, you'll give it to me again. And then she'll do something horrible with it. I wonder what it'll be this time.
Ma perché parla in terza persona?
Everything we witness is just another shade of the same endless cycle.
Ah, lei.
I wake up in chains.
Aspetta, parla dell'essere interdimensionale?
The body steps forward. Your bindings tighten again.
You come to me, knife in hand.
The body steps forward. The pressure on your limbs is becoming unbearable.
You give me your implement.
The pressure is finally too much. Your fist unfolds as your joints swell with trapped blood and your pristine blade tumbles helplessly to the ground.
A posto.
I cut myself free.
She's not insane, is she? No, she's just right. It's all been the same. The whole time, it's all been the same. We never had a say.
In effetti. Tu vuoi che io fallisca, non posso fare vere scelte appeso come sono, e tu, dal canto tuo, ti rifiuti di fare scelte. Anche se scegliamo le stesse mosse ogni volta non significa che non abbiamo libero arbitrio, semplicemente le cose vanno così. Avrei potuto gettare via quel coltello nel bosco se l'avessi voluto, invece ho scelto di portarmelo qui. Cosa avrei dovuto fare? Pensavo tu fossi morta? Un po'.
Just because you refuse to see the walls doesn't mean they aren't there. Give in with me.
Anche questo è vero.
It's so much easier to let the world happen to you.
She steps forward yet again, and the chains dig into you, your nerves screaming, your heart pounding, your lungs desperate for air. I don't think we can hold on to you much longer. How many times will we have to do this? I'm tired.
This is all getting so predictable, isn't it? Pop.
Pop. Stai precipitando, il mondo gira, e poi tocchi il suolo, avvertendo una sensazione di leggerezza così estranea da risultare agghiacciante, rotolando per qualche metro prima di fermarti. Con uno sferragliamento di catene e un tonfonetto, ciò che prima eri stramazza al suolo poco distante da te. Sei incapace di agire, incapace di difenderti, incapace di guardarti intorno. Nel frattempo, il corpo della principessa avanza verso di te, un lento, ritmico passo dopo l'altro. Si china per accoglierti e poi un'ombra si solleva dietro al corpo e cogli il baluginio di una lama. Oddio, è il mio corpo che sta agendo per conto suo.
And now, the cut.
Poi la pugnala. Colpisce con precisione e il corpo lascia cadere la sua gabbia di dolore, dal dolore. Il corpo della principessa e il tuo si scagliano l'un l'altro in un turbinio di catene, ganci, piume e sangue, lottando e addentrandosi sempre di più nella penombra finché puoi solamente sentirli.
See? You only ever thought you were in control. Isn't it so much nicer to let go?
Quindi lei stava veramente parlando del suo corpo in terza persona. Io non mi sono arreso, tu mi hai decapitato. E ora? Cosa facciamo? Tu non ti sei liberata con il coltello, è ancora il mio corpo a impugnarlo. Questo non significa che è cambiato qualcosa? Che ho interrotto il ciclo? Vero?
Huh. I guess you're right.
Già.
Pattern must be wrong then. Maybe if we keep watching, we'll figure it out. And we've got nothing else to do but watch.
Già. E così, tu e la principessa osservate i vostri corpi esibirsi in una danza mortale, condotta dentro e fuori dalla penombra.
Look at us go. Aren't we beautiful?
Sì, eh? Ah, ma le piume sono le mie, quindi. Oddio, ma siamo noi stesso. Aspetta, però il corvo l'avevamo visto nello specchio. Però io pensavo che il corvo fosse il narratore. Invece siamo noi. Oh. È un movimento stupendo, primitivo, disinibito. È metallo che cozza contro metallo, carne che si stacca da altra carne.
It's all going to come to a head soon.
Mhm.
Head.
E infine il climax. Il tuo corpo ammantato di ombre e catene si prepara al passo di danza finale, ma il suo fa altrettanto. Una catena spezza una schiena, una lama trafigge un cuore.
I guess I'll see you next time.
Già. I vostri due corpi crollano senza poter completare la loro danza. Del sangue cola dalla bocca della principessa che tossisce.
It's cold. But that's always been us, hasn't it? Cold isn't bad.
Voilà. Non hai il tempo di rispondere e mai lo avrai, è ora di andare. Resta bloccato fra le mura della storia in una gabbia d'acciaio. Carino. Ti avvicini allo specchio, guarda. Ti sei disfatto. Ok, qua possiamo fare bla bla bla. Bla bla bla. Credi che ci sia una persona là fuori? Fuori c'è qualcosa. Vabbè, queste le abbiamo già lette tutte. Tutte. Sono pronto. Chapter 1. Ok. Abbiamo sbloccato Portale la gabbia. Adesso sbloccheremo niente po' di meno che la selva, la tana, l'attimo di lucidità. Dov'è? Ma nessuno dei due c'ho. Aspetta. La strega, scusate, ma questa qua ce l'avevo. The Grey? Ah no, The Grey non ce l'ho. Sì, ce l'ho, Burned. Dov'è The Grey? È questa? No, questa è la bestia. Il rasoio. L'incubo, lo spettro. Mi manca una cosa, mi manca The Grey. Burned. E ora dobbiamo fare The Grey Drowned, cioè che è affogata. Vabbè, comunque, devo fare Prisoner, quindi Prisoner come si fa? Prisoner si fa con prendi la lama, salvala e resisti al narratore. Ok. Prendi la lama, salvala e resisti al narratore. Entra nella capanna. Prendi la lama. Prosegui.
Good. You're still listening to
Avanza. Fai cadere la lama. Esamina le catene. Le chiavi. Torna in fondo.
You make your...
Salva. Avvicinati.
No.
Resisti, resisti, resisti.
Stop.
Resisti, resisti. No! Perché? No, non me la fa salvare. E come si fa? Non è che non è che non puoi sbloccarla questa più perché ormai ha sbloccato l'altra? The Grey Burned o The Grey Drowned, cioè una o l'altra in pratica. Resist the narrator. Non me la fa salvare. Vabbè, io potrei semplicemente far partire una partita nuova. No, sono uscito dal gioco, che coglione. Potrei far partire una nuova partita, no? Giusto? Cioè una cosa da zero. Credo. Nuova partita. Aspetta, ma se io adesso prendo ricordi? Ah no, ce l'ho tutti. Ok, allora proviamo da qua. Ma secondo me è la stessa cosa però. È la stessa cosa. Prendi la lama, entra nella cantina. Prosegui. Di coraggio. Fai cadere la lama. Va bene abbastanza. E ti tirerò fuori.
Well, you do have that big, sharp knife. You could always cut me out of here.
She speaks with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out. Anything to finally be free.
You attempt to make your way out of
Va
the
bene,
basement.
era un dialogo nuovo. Prova ad aprire la
You
porta.
try the door, but it's locked from the outside.
Va bene. Torna in fondo. Salva. Avvicinati.
No.
Avvertila.
Stop.
Questo è il momento decisivo. Ah sì, posso resistere.
The blade.
Ok, fatto. Quindi Prisoner ce l'abbiamo. Ora Slay Her e Don't Give Up. Ok, Slay Her. Ho sbagliato?
There won't be a new door. Fine.
No, ok. D'accordo.
That's great to hear. As long as you bring that fiery attitude to princess slaying, I think...
Good. Going back to the cabin is the only way we can get to the bottom of things.
Certo, mi sembra giusto. Abbiamo detto devo slay. Devo slay. Allora prendi la lama. Entra. Ammazza. Vediamo. Senza esitare ti lancia la carica contro la principessa con la lama sguainata, pronta a sferrare un colpo letale.
I am not a damsel to be helplessly murdered.
As you move to strike the princess, she stands, her chains clinking as she wraps them around her fists.
Hai capito, brava.
In an instant they're around your neck, both of you dropping to the ground as she pulls them taut, bracing her body against yours as you struggle uselessly.
Drop it, or you die.
Hai capito, questa è cazzuta.
I thought this was going to be a safe move, but she's going to kill us. Just listen to her, do what she says.
How many times did I warn you she's not to be trusted? But while strangulation can be very distracting, she's not armed, and you have your pristine blade. End her before she ends you.
Per quanto uno strangolamento possa in effetti essere un fattore di distrazione. Aspetta, che devo fare? Don't give up. Ok, vai, ammazza.
Seal your will and refuse to give in to the princess's demands, ignoring the stars dancing in your eyes and the screaming of your starved lungs. You strike, you fumble your first few attempts, only making surface-level scratches and gouges as your arm flails forward, barely able to obey you. But a single focused blow was all it took. Your blade pierces up through her ribs, slicing through flesh, striking her heart.
Ok.
The chains loosen. The darkness creeping in at the edges of your vision subsides.
Ah, ma The Grey forse è il fantasma. Ah, è questo. O questo. O questo. Va bene. Che palle però che abbiamo tradotto in modo strano. Comunque va bene. Le catene si allentano, il buio va bene.
None of this was ever very fair, was it? But I did kill you last time. I should have expected you might want some petty revenge.
Sì.
Unfortunately for you, that means you've dug your own grave. You can forget about me ever helping you again, even if it damns us both.
Va bene.
And just like that, the princess is slain and the world is saved. Whenever you're ready, you can proceed to your reward. I don't like this. It was too easy. It was not too easy. We almost died. That's right. This was an incredibly difficult task, and you performed it admirably. Let's just get out of here. I don't like looking at her body. Plus, he said there'd be a reward. I'd appreciate a reward right about now. You have the attention span of a fly. How are we supposed to unravel the mysteries of this place if you're so easily distracted by empty promises? It's better to have a short attention span in a situation like this. There's no use dwelling on the past, especially when it's already set in stone. And especially when your promised reward is not, in fact, empty and is worth all the adversity you've been through to get here. Fine. But if we're leaving, then we're taking the blade. I feel exposed without it.
Bene.
With your work done, you remove the blade from the princess's corpse and make your way back upstairs, closing the door to the basement behind.
Aspetta, questo già l'abbiamo visto perché era l'altra versione.
You open the cabin door.
Bla bla bla. Col cavolo che lo è, facci uscire, non saprei, tutto sommato sono soddisfatto, speravo che avremmo avuto un finale migliore come ricompensa per aver salvato il mondo. Bla bla bla. Possiamo andare. Non voglio morire di nuovo.
Great. Congratulations. More happy time passes, though the word begins to lose its meaning. Time, that is, not happy. Happy still has plenty of meaning. He's just saying things. The voice's protestations fall on deaf ear. Eventually you pass into a blissful state of pure existence. Though words like eventually and pass ceased to have any meaning to you long before that shift. You simply exist. Happy. Forever.
Lieto fine, ce l'hai fatta, hai salvato tutti.
No, you stop that. Stop all this nonsense. You really don't want to be happy, do you?
Oddio.
We still have a blade. Let's use it on ourselves and start over.
Certo.
He's suggesting you kill yourself. You shouldn't kill yourself when you have an eternity of bliss right in front of you.
Non c'è proprio un altro modo, perché non voglio rivolgermi contro la lama.
If it makes it easier for you, I can do it. Let me.
Ma a me piaceva essere felice. Vuoi davvero privarmi di questa felicità?
Wasn't real happiness. The truth is still out there for us to find, but we can't find it.
No. Scusa, ma non possiamo farlo.
Don't apologize. I'm sorry.
Wait, why are you sorry?
Your body lurches as your heart suddenly stops beating.
Addirittura?
Are you killing us?
You'll forgive me eventually.
You goddamn spiteful bastard. Are you really going to turn down immortality itself just to make me lose?
Why should it matter if we
Ok,
die
questo
at this
l'abbiamo già
point?
letto.
Haven't you already gotten what you want?
Già.
You collapse to the floor, everything goes dark, and you
And
die. You're a genocidal maniac, you know that, right?
Un maniaco genocida.
Yeah.
Oh, eccoci. Credo che l'abbiamo fatta, no? O forse devo arrivare in fondo? Non lo so, va bene. Visto? Non è stato poi così male. E ora abbiamo un'altra opportunità per capire meglio questa situazione. Filo per filo stiamo andando a sbrogliare la matassa. Mentre nell'altra versione c'era il fuoco, vi ricordate?
There are so many more threads to pull once you stop feeling.
That's a little dark, buddy. You feeling okay?
I'm feeling nothing. And I like that just...
So you've been here before. Of course you've been here before. What count is it this time? 2?
It's our third.
Your open discussions.
You came around on that awful fast. Have you just been pretending to forget every time?
I'm afraid not. Whatever other versions of me you've met in those other lifetimes were just that. Other versions of me. I just wish I'd been the first.
So you knew how all this worked. Why didn't you ever tell us? We could have used it to our advantage.
That's because there is no using it to your advantage. The more information you have, the harder it will be for you to succeed.
Ma che non è
It's not
vero.
like it was that difficult to slay her last time. She may have put up a fight.
Sì, in effetti
Her
quello è stato
flesh is
abbastanza
still
semplice.
softer than our blade. And now she's dead. And I doubt she'll be able to do much of anything from the grave.
Avrei qualche dubbio su questo io.
You already slew her. And
Sì.
you survived.
Sì, caro.
Yes.
Then why, pray tell, are you here?
Completismo.
Oh, I know that one. The gruff one stopped our heart and we died.
Già.
Why?
Because you thought trying to stuff us away in a corner for eternity was a suitable reward.
È diventato lo psicopatico questo cinico comunque.
Was it not? What better reward is there than eternal bliss? You should have been
Ah,
happy.
guarda, una ricompensa stupenda proprio.
We were bored.
Certo.
There were still answers that we needed to find.
It was actually working. And you killed yourself. I can't believe it. You ruined everything.
How does us dying ruin everything? What aren't you telling us?
The world doesn't stay saved if you die.
Ah. Sì?
And if the world isn't saved, then that means she isn't dead.
Sta piovendo, l'ultima volta non pioveva. Nella volta precedente a quella, e il sentiero è diverso.
Yes, things are different, aren't they?
If this isn't the same path in the woods you're used to, that means that her influence is... It means exactly what I said. Don't overthink it, or you run the risk of making your task so much more difficult than it has to be.
And what is that supposed to
Ciccio, però dici sempre le stesse cose.
Forget I said anything. I've probably already made things worse, and I need to stop talking about this now before I definitely make things worse. Come on, tell us your secrets. Haven't we been through enough? Don't we deserve to know? No.
No.
Is there a reason it would be raining?
If there is, it doesn't matter. If a bit of rain is the best her influence can conjure, then we have nothing to worry about. A drenched corpse is still a corpse.
Che succederebbe se decidessimo di non andare alla
She'll
capanna?
find a way out
visto?
eventually, and the world will still end. The only way this
Turn around and leave.
Vabbè, queste le abbiamo già viste. Allora, procedi.
I'm sure you've already heard my words of warning in one...
And we have all those mysteries to
You
unravel.
aren't here to solve a mystery. You're here to save the world.
That's what you say. But how can we be sure?
We can't be sure of anything except what's right in front.
Okay, but we should care about the fate of the world.
Why?
Because we should. I don't know. It's important.
Is it?
Yes. I think.
Certo.
For all we know, the world you're talking about isn't even...
Vero.
Of course it's real. Where do you think you are? Somewhere else?
Maybe we are.
This is horribly unproductive. The cabin and your extremely important destiny await.
Va bene, entriamo.
As soon as you enter the cabin, you're struck by an overwhelming scent of decay, of mold and death and stagnant water. The once stately wooden building is bloated, its beams dripping with a black ooze of putrefaction, all but the exterior stone walls warped beyond recognition.
Ok. Doveva essere bella in passato, ma in questo stato è oltremodo
But you're
ripugnante.
not alone. You can feel something watching you. There is a figure faintly outlined against the rotting.
Is that? It's like she isn't even there.
See? We killed her.
Esatto.
You're right. Maybe she doesn't reset like us. She certainly doesn't look the same as she did last time.
Before you can make a move, the figure is gone, vanishing behind the door on the far side of the room.
Maybe it's because we've already explored that avenue. We've seen what happens when we slay her. Maybe this place has decided we don't need to try that again.
I suppose it doesn't matter why the blade.
Va bene.
You make your way.
Sono le stesse frasi di dialogo, solo che chiaramente adesso ci sono diverse voci che partecipano rispetto all'altra volta, e quindi alcune frasi sono già ascoltate, altre no.
So
Okay.
much for our reflect. The door to the basement groans open. The air is foul and wet, so thick that you can almost feel it settle onto your skin in layers of grime. The stairs are coated with slimy algae, the wood rotted through in places, reeking of fetid vegetation. A wispy figure watches you from the bottom of the stairs, face veiled in shadows, legs submerged up to her shins in dark waters.
There she is again. Barely.
She's just an old memory. Your eyes.
Ok. Scendi.
As you descend the
Eccoci.
final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A bloated body floating face down in slowly rising waters. Her wrist still bound to the wall by a heavy chain. This cell is a dark and isolated place. See?
She's not just dead. It looks like she's been rotting. So killing her does stick.
Sì, però ora è in forma di fantasma.
But if she's dead, then what are we supposed to do?
She isn't dead. You clearly just believe she is.
Her corpse is floating right in front of us. You can stop it with the mind game.
If she's dead, then do we even have to do anything?
Infatti.
How can she be a threat to the world like this? Your thoughts are cut short by the sound of a slamming door.
Ma guarda un po'.
You turn to see the shade of the princess staring down at you from the top of the stairs.
So that's where the blade is.
She is dead.
Oh, for the love of... Yeah, dead or not, what are we supposed to do about her?
Parliamone.
But she hasn't said it.
Bold of you to come back here after what you did.
Perché hai chiuso la porta?
But she doesn't answer your question. All she does.
Do you hear that trickling sound? The water's right.
It is. And it's rising.
Ai, ai, ai.
That's interesting. We've never drowned before.
Bad, I bet. I don't think dying ever feels good.
Già.
Yes, how astute. Dying is bad and you should avoid it. How about you stop trying to talk to her and do something?
Fammi uscire. Di questo passo affogherò. Che problemi hai? Ti ho ucciso solo dopo che tu hai ucciso me. Ora siamo pari.
Pathetic.
Patetico.
The water is rising faster now. It's flowing in from some unseen place, and judging by the height of the algae on the stairs, it has no intention of stopping anytime soon. You feel it creeping up your back, so cold that it steals the very warmth from your flesh, leaving a smothering numbness in its place. Are you really just going to stand there and let yourself die?
Yeah, let's think. Where is it coming from?
It's coming from some unseen place.
Unseen.
Does it really matter where it's coming from? Because I can feel it rising. I don't think we have much time to sleuth.
Yes, it matters. Maybe we can find a way out. Maybe we can figure out a way to make this work. This is just a puzzle. We can solve.
Some things aren't puzzles to be solved. Sometimes you're doomed from the start. Yes, most people are doomed. But in case you need reminding, everyone will be doomed forever unless...
Ok. La lama non serve perché è un fantasma. Corri verso la porta, c'è lei davanti. Per favore ti supplico. Che problemi hai? Non voglio tutto questo. Di questo passo... Bene, vediamo.
If this is how you're choosing to spend your last breaths, I won't stop you. But it
The water is up to your chin. You lose your footing, bobbing helpless. Suddenly, the door to the basement is thrown from its hinges as one last massive wave of water comes crashing down, sweeping you up in a powerful current. You're bashed against the stone wall. You come to a moment later, suspended in darkness, disorientated, only aware of the surface of the water and the emptiness above. And of course, the princess, hovering above you, watching in silence as you struggle to stay afloat in the icy depths. There's no way out. It's so dark and cold, I think our limbs are slowing down. How much longer can we do this?
Just keep breathing, we'll figure this out.
Or we won't. It doesn't matter either way. But you don't have time to figure anything out. Something cold and clammy wraps around your ankle. You're dragged under, only able to take one last hopeful gulp of air before your head is plunged into the freezing depths.
Cosa mi hai preso?
As you sink below the surface, you see it.
Oh,
Or rather, you see her. The body
È
you
lei.
found floating when you first arrived, its hand is locked around your ankle, the heavy chains pulling you both down into the unfeeling, suffocating
mamma mia.
darkness. I get it. We shouldn't have killed her. Just get it away from us, please. The past is the past. There's no changing it. There's nothing to fix.
And there's not a lot we can do about the present either, not unless we think like we should have been doing all along.
But there is no thinking as you drown. You desperately try to pull yourself back to the surface again, and again, and again. Your icy limbs flailing desperately against the grip of her rotting corpse. And all the while her ghastly figure stares down at you, expressionless, as unfeeling as the weight.
Sarebbe
around
molto
your
molto figo se questo gioco fosse localizzato, con un bel doppiatore che ha fatto teatro e che riesce a cambiare voce. Mamma mia, sarebbe bellissimo, con due doppiatori chiaramente. Sarebbe bellissimo.
Your lungs filled with water, the same your mind filled with blood. In the end, we're not so different.
Beh, dai, sì. Ah, l'ha presa. Ah, che carina questa cosa. Che la vediamo dall'acqua. Ma i tuoi polmoni non si riempono e le ossa, sia le tue che le sue, scompaiono. Qualcosa le ha portate via lasciando qualcos'altro al loro posto.
She's gone.
Bla bla bla. Vicino dello specchio, bla bla bla. Ti prego non farlo. Ah, aspetta, non avevi mai avuto paura dello
It's
specchio?
different now. It feels, I don't know, final.
Ha paura?
Ignore the cowards. You have to look.
Sei tu. Ok. Bla bla bla, procedi. Avvicinati. Eccoci qua. Sempre le stesse cose. Attacca l'entità, distruggi il tuo corpo. E cosa succederà ora?
Nothing.
Niente. Fammi dimenticare. Voilà. Schernita. Schernita è The Grey. Ma che traduzione di merda è? Scusate, però ora probabilmente sto facendo una figuraccia, quindi cerco di evitarla, ma... Schernita? Schernita? Sul serio? No. Ma che vuol dire schernita? Ma poi non è schernita manco per niente. Cioè, siamo noi gli scherniti. Che ci ha buggerato. Eccola. Ah, vedi che c'è la bianca. Ah, c'è la bianca e la scura adesso. Ok. Va bene, prossimo ricettacolo. Anzi, no, prossima puntata. Grazie, ci vediamo nei commenti. Fatemi sapere. Viva Slay the Princess e alla prossima.